Welcome to today's Lost Souls, where we bring you the most impactful and unforgettable stories from around the world. Today, we remember the lives of remarkable individuals whose legacies continue to inspire and resonate. From iconic musicians to trailblazing activists, join us as we celebrate their extraordinary contributions and bid farewell to those who have left an indelible mark on our lives. Stay tuned for a journey through their incredible stories.
Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor, full name Dame Elizabeth Rosamond Taylor, was born on February 27, 1932, in London, England, and passed away on March 23, 2011, in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 79. She was one of the most iconic film actresses of the 20th century, renowned both for her stunning beauty and her compelling portrayals of complex, strong-willed characters. Taylor began her career as a child actress during the early 1940s and rose to prominence after starring in National Velvet, 1944, which established her as a major Hollywood youth star. During the 1950s, she successfully transitioned to adult roles, receiving critical acclaim for performances in films such as A Place in the Sun, 1951, Father of the Bride, 1950, Ivanhoe, 1952, and Giant, 1956. Taylor was known for her striking violet eyes and commanding presence on screen. She won 2 Academy Awards for Best Actress for her role as a conflicted call girl in Butterfield 8, 1960, and for her portrayal of Martha in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, 1966, a film she starred in alongside her husband Richard Burton. Taylor and Burton were famous for their passionate relationship, marrying twice and starring together in 11 films. Beyond her cinematic achievements, Taylor was also a pioneering humanitarian, particularly in support of HIV/AIDS research and awareness. She co-founded the American Foundation for AIDS Research, AMFAR, in 1985 and later established the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation. Her philanthropic work earned her several honors, including the Presidential Citizens Medal and the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award. Taylor's personal life attracted intense media attention, as she was married 8 times to 7 different men. She battled numerous health issues throughout her life, including multiple surgeries and treatments for various conditions. She died of congestive heart failure in 2011 and was surrounded by her children and loved ones. Elizabeth Taylor is remembered as a glamorous star who lived life passionately, leaving an indelible mark on both Hollywood and humanitarian causes. Her legacy as one of cinema's greatest actresses and a compassionate advocate lives on. Vivien Vance. Vivien Vance, born Vivian Roberta Jones, July 26, 1909 to August 17, 1979, was an American actress best known for playing Ethel Mertz, the charming and witty landlady on the iconic television sitcom I Love Lucy, 1951 to 1957. This role earned her the 1953 Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress, making her the first actress to receive this honor. Vance was a beloved comedic foil to Lucille Ball's character Lucy Ricardo, and their on-screen chemistry was central to the show's enduring popularity. Born in Cherryvale, Kansas, Vance was the second of 6 children. Her family moved to Independence, Kansas, where she began dramatic studies at Independence High School under teacher Anna Engelman. Despite her mother's strict religious beliefs and initial disapproval of her theatrical ambitions, Vance pursued acting passionately. She changed her surname from Jones to Vance and moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico, where she became a founding member of the Albuquerque Little Theater in 1930. Local theater supporters helped fund her move to New York City to study under renowned actress Eva Lou Gallienne. Starting in 1932, Vance performed in numerous Broadway productions, initially in the chorus before advancing to supporting roles. One of her notable stage roles was Nancy Collister in the Cole Porter musical Let's Face It in 1941, which ran for 547 performances. After years in theater, she transitioned to films, appearing in The Secret Fury, 1950, and The Blue Veil, 1951. Where she received positive reviews but limited advancement in film stardom. In 1951, Vance was cast as Ethel Mertz, becoming an enduring television icon alongside Lucille Ball and William Frawley. Though Vance and Frawley had an often strained off-screen relationship, Their performances as the Ricos and the Mertzes were a major factor in the show's success. After I Love Lucy ended, she reprised her role as Ethel in the Lucy Desi comedy Hour, though she declined spin-offs centered solely on her character. Vance also co-starred with Lucille Ball in The Lucy Show, 1962-65, as Vivian Bagley, a divorced mother and one of the first divorced TV characters regularly portrayed on American television. However, she left after 3 seasons due to creative differences and a desire for better working conditions. Later in life, Vance appeared in The Great Race, 1965, and made guest appearances on television. She passed away in 1979 at age 70 in Belvedere, California. Vivien Vance is remembered as one of TV's most beloved supporting actresses, whose warmth and comic timing helped shape the golden era of American television comedy. Suzanne Pleshette. Suzanne Pleshette, January 31st, 1937 to January 19th, 2008, was a celebrated American actress known for her versatile career in theater, film, and television. Born in Brooklyn, New York, to Jewish parents of Russian and Austro-Hungarian descent, Pleshette was raised in a family with strong artistic influences. Her mother was a dancer and artist, and her father was a stage manager and network executive. She graduated from Manhattan's High School of Performing Arts and also studied at Syracuse University and Finch College before training under renowned acting coach Sanford Meisner at the Neighborhood Playhouse School of the Theater in Manhattan. Pleshette launched her acting career on stage, making her Broadway debut in 1957 in the play Compulsion. She appeared in several other theatrical productions, including the debut of The Cold Wind and The Warm and the comedy Golden Fleecing. Although she was considered for the role of Louise/Gypsy in the original production of Gypsy, she was ultimately passed over in favor of Sandra Church. Transitioning to film, Pleshette gained attention for her roles in classic movies like Rome Adventure, 1962, and Alfred Hitchcock's horror thriller The Birds, 1963, where she portrayed the resilient Annie Hayworth. She continued to work steadily in television and film throughout her career, including starring roles in family-oriented Disney movies such as The Shaggy DA, 1976, and comedies like Support Your Local Gunfighter, 1971, Hot Stuff, 1979, and Oh, God, Book 2, 1980. Suzanne Pleshette is perhaps most recognized for her role as Emily Hartley, the intelligent and humorous wife of Bob Newhart, on the CBS sitcom The Bob Newhart Show, 1972 to 1978. Her chemistry with Bob Newhart helped define the show's success and earned her 2 Primetime Emmy Award nominations for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. She reprised this role in the final episode of Newhart, which famously revealed that the later series was a dream of her husband's character. She also made notable appearances in television movies such as Leona Helmsley, The Queen of Mean, 1990, earning Emmy and Golden Globe nominations for her portrayal of the infamous hotelier. Suzanne Pleshette's career spanned almost 5 decades, ending in 2004. She passed away due to respiratory failure caused by lung cancer in 2008. Pleshette remains admired for her distinct voice, wit, and enduring presence in classic American entertainment. Bette Davis. Bette Davis, born Ruth Elizabeth Davis on April 5, 1908, in Lowell, Massachusetts, is widely regarded as one of the greatest actresses in Hollywood history. Known for her fierce independence, raw emotional intensity, and willingness to portray complex, unsympathetic characters, Davis left an indelible mark on American cinema and became a trailblazer for women in the film industry. Davis began her career on Broadway before moving to Hollywood in 1930, initially struggling with unsuccessful roles at Universal Studios. Her breakthrough came in 1934 with the role of Mildred Rogers, a hardened waitress, in Of Human Bondage. Although she was controversially not nominated for an Academy Award for this role, it established her as a formidable talent. Davis won her first Best Actress Oscar the following year for Dangerous, 1935. Throughout the late 1930s and 1940s, Davis was one of Warner Brothers' biggest stars, earning acclaim and 5 consecutive Best Actress Oscar nominations for films including Jezebel, 1938, for which she won her second Oscar, Dark Victory, 1939, The Letter, 1940, The Little Foxes, 1941, and now, Voyager, 1942. These performances cemented her reputation for playing strong-willed women grappling with inner turmoil, defiance, and sophistication. Despite battling the Hollywood studio system, famously suing Warner Brothers to seek more challenging roles, Davis's career thrived. In the 1950s, she took on more diverse roles, including her critically lauded portrayal of a fading stage actress in All About Eve, 1950, which earned her another Oscar nomination and one of cinema's most memorable lines, "Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night." Later in her career, Davis garnered renewed attention for her roles in psychological thrillers and horror films, notably Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, 1962, in which she starred alongside Joan Crawford. She continued to work steadily in film and television into the 1980s. Davis was the first woman to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Film Institute. She accumulated 10 Academy Award nominations, a record for any actor until surpassed by Katharine Hepburn. Bette Davis passed away on October 6, 1989, in Neuilly-sur-Seine, France. Known for her piercing eyes, distinctive voice, and reputation for defying Hollywood norms, she remains a legendary figure whose contributions helped shape the golden age of Hollywood and set new standards for female performers. Dixie Carter, Dixie. Virginia Carter, May 25, 1939 to April 10, 2010, was a distinguished American actress best known for her role as the sharp-witted and defiantly outspoken Julia Sugarbaker on the CBS sitcom Designing Women, 1986 to 1993. Her portrayal made Julia an iconic character, earning Carter critical acclaim and a devoted fan base. Beyond comedic roles, Carter displayed dramatic versatility, notably in the legal drama Family Law, 1999 to 2002, and her guest appearance on Desperate Housewives, 2006 to 2007, which garnered her a 2007 Emmy nomination for Outstanding Guest Actress in a Comedy Series. Born and raised in Macklemoresville, Tennessee, Carter attended Memphis State University, now the University of Memphis, where she earned a degree in English, and actively participated in theater. She later trained at the University of North Carolina School of the Arts. Carter's professional stage career began in 1960 with a Memphis production of the musical Carousel, co-starring George Hearn, whom she would later marry. After moving to New York City in 1963, she performed in Shakespeare's The Winter's Tale and made her Broadway debut in the 1974 musical Sextet. After an 8-year hiatus to raise her 2 daughters, Carter returned to acting in the 1970s, landing a recurring role as Assistant District Attorney Olivia Brandeis Henderson on the soap opera The Edge of Night, 1974 to 1976. She appeared in soap operas like The Doctors and transitioned to primetime TV with shows like On Our Own, Filthy Rich, and Different Strokes. Her career-defining role came with Designing Women, where she embodied Julia Sugarbaker, a feminist Southern interior designer known for her eloquent and passionate speeches about social justice. The series enjoyed 7 successful seasons and made Carter a household name. After Designing Women, she continued to work in television and theater, including starring as Randy King in Family Law and participating in the Broadway production of Masterclass in 1997. Carter was married 3 times. Her final marriage was to actor Hal Holbrook, with whom she shared a long and loving partnership until her death. Dixie Carter passed away on April 10, 2010, in Houston, Texas, from complications related to endometrial cancer. She left behind a legacy as a strong, intelligent, and multi-talented performer who brought depth and humor to her roles while breaking stereotypes against Southern women on television. Annette Funicello, Annette Joanne Funicello, October 22, 1942. April 8, 2013, was an American actress and singer whose career spanned over 5 decades, making her a beloved figure in entertainment history. She first gained fame as one of the original Mouseketeers on Disney's The Mickey Mouse Club, 1955 to 1959, handpicked by Walt Disney himself after he saw her perform the lead role of the Swan Queen in Swan Lake at a dance recital in Burbank, California. During her early years on The Mickey Mouse Club, Annette quickly became the show's most popular Mouseketeer, receiving thousands of fan letters each month. She successfully leveraged this popularity to launch a singing career, releasing several hit singles in the late 1950s and early 1960s such as Oh Dio Mio, First Name Initial, Tall Paul, and Pineapple Princess. Her wholesome image captured the hearts of America's youth, making her one of the first teen idols of the baby boomer generation. Transitioning to film, Annette starred in the influential Beach Party series during the 1960s, which popularized the genre of teenage beach movies. Alongside co-star Frankie Avalon, she appeared in titles such as Beach Party, 1963, Muscle Beach Party, 1964, and Beach Blanket Bingo, 1965. These films helped solidify her status as a teen icon and expanded her fan base. Throughout her career, Annette appeared in various television shows, movies, and Disney productions including The Shaggy Dog, 1959, Babes in Toyland, 1961, and The Monkey's Uncle, 1965. She also made guest appearances on shows like The Danny Thomas Show and Zorroed. In 1992, Annette publicly announced her diagnosis with multiple sclerosis, bringing awareness to the disease. Despite health challenges, she remained active in advocacy until her passing on April 8, 2013. Annette Funicello's legacy endures as a trailblazing child star who embodied the wholesome spirit of early television and music, touching generations. With her charm, talent, and warmth, she was inducted as a Disney legend in 1992 and honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1993. Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris, known to the world as Chuck Norris, was born on March 10, 1940 in Ryan, Oklahoma, a small town that would later become part of his legendary persona. His birth came during the Great Depression, a time when American families struggled with economic hardship and uncertainty. Chuck was the eldest of three sons born to Wilma and Ray Norris, and his early years were marked by the challenges that many families faced during this difficult period in American history. Chuck's father, Ray Norris, was an alcoholic who struggled to maintain steady employment, creating an unstable home environment for the young boy. The family moved frequently during Chuck's childhood, relocating from Oklahoma to California and then to various other locations as his father sought work opportunities. This constant upheaval created a sense of insecurity in young Chuck's life, but it also instilled in him a resilience that would serve him well in his future endeavors. The Norris family eventually settled in Torrance, California, when Chuck was around 10 years old. It was here that he would spend most of his formative years attending local schools and beginning to develop the character traits that would define him as an adult. Despite the family's financial struggles, Chuck's mother, Wilma, worked tirelessly to provide stability for her sons. She took on various jobs to supplement the family income and became a pillar of strength for Chuck and his brothers. Chuck was not naturally athletic or particularly confident as a child. In fact, he was quite shy and introverted, often struggling with self-esteem issues that stemmed from his family's unstable situation and his father's drinking problem. He was frequently bullied at school, which only added to his feelings of inadequacy and social anxiety. These early experiences with adversity would later fuel his determination to become strong and self-reliant. During his teenage years, Chuck began to show an interest in sports, though he was not particularly gifted in traditional athletic pursuits. He played some football and baseball, but never excelled to the point where these activities became central to his identity. Instead, he focused on his studies and worked part-time jobs to help support his family financially. This work ethic, developed at an early age, would become one of his defining characteristics throughout his life. The constant moving and family instability meant that Chuck had difficulty forming lasting friendships during his childhood that he learned to rely on himself and developed a strong sense of independence that would serve him well in his adult life. Despite the challenges he faced, Chuck maintained a positive outlook and was determined to create a better life for himself and his future family. Chuck's relationship with his father was complicated and often strained. Ray Norris's alcoholism created tension within the household and served as a negative example for Chuck of what he did not want to become. This experience instilled in him a strong aversion to alcohol and drugs, values that he would maintain throughout his life. That he vowed early on that he would never allow substance abuse to control his life the way it had controlled his father's. Education was important to Chuck. though he was not an exceptional student. He attended Torrance High School, where he graduated in 1958. While he was not involved in many extracurricular activities, he did develop an interest in mechanics and considered pursuing a career in that field. However, his life would take a dramatically different turn when he was drafted into the United States Air Force in 1958, shortly after his high school graduation. The transition from civilian life to military service marked a significant turning point in Chuck's development. The structure and discipline of military life provided him with the stability that had been lacking in his childhood. It was during his time in the Air Force that he would discover martial arts, the discipline that would transform his life and launch him toward international fame and success. Chuck Norris's journey to Hollywood stardom began in an unconventional way, rooted in his martial arts expertise rather than traditional acting training. After establishing himself as a formidable martial artist and opening his own chain of karate schools in California, Chuck caught the attention of Hollywood through his friendship with Steve McQueen, who was one of his martial arts students. This connection would prove to be the catalyst that launched his entertainment career in the early 1970s. His film debut came in 1969 with The Wrecking Crew, where he played a small role as a henchman. However, it was his starring role in Way of the Dragon, 1972, also known as Return of the Dragon alongside Bruce Lee, that truly established him as a martial arts film star. In this iconic film, Chuck played the role of Colt, an American martial artist who faces off against Bruce Lee's character in a legendary fight scene set in the Roman Colosseum. This fight sequence is still considered one of the greatest martial arts battles ever captured on film and showcased Chuck's authentic fighting skills to a global audience. The success of Way of the Dragon opened doors for Chuck in the action film genre, though he initially struggled to find roles that properly utilized his talents. Throughout the mid-1970s, he appeared in several low-budget action films, gradually building his reputation and honing his acting skills. Films like Breaker Breaker, 1977, and Good Guys Wear Black, 1978, helped establish his screen persona as a tough, non-nonsense action hero who could handle any physical challenge. The turning point in Chuck's film career came with The Octagon, 1980, which marked his emergence as a legitimate action star capable of carrying a major motion picture. The film's success demonstrated that audiences were hungry for the type of straightforward, action-packed entertainment that Chuck could deliver. His martial arts background gave him credibility in fight scenes that many other action stars of the era lacked, as audiences could see that his physical prowess was genuine rather than choreographed fakery. Chuck's biggest breakthrough came with Lone Wolf McYood, 1983, where he played J.J. McYood, a Texas Ranger who operates by his own rules to fight crime along the Mexican border. This film established many of the character traits that would become synonymous with Chuck Norris movies: a lone wolf protagonist, a strong moral code, impressive fighting skills, and a tendency to take on overwhelming odds single-handedly. The film was both a critical and commercial success, cementing Chuck's status as a major action star. The mid-1980s represented the peak of Chuck's film career with the Missing in Action trilogy, 1984 to 1988. In these films, he played Colonel James Braddock, a Vietnam War veteran who returns to Southeast Asia to rescue American prisoners of war who have been left behind. The first film, Missing in Action, was particularly successful, tapping into American sentiments about the Vietnam War and the treatment of veterans. Chuck's portrayal of Braddock resonated with audiences who saw him as embodying traditional American values of loyalty, courage, and determination. Invasion USA, 1985, showcased Chuck at his most over-the-top, playing Matt Hunter, a former CIA agent who single-handedly defends America against a Soviet invasion. While the film was criticized for its simplistic plot and political messaging, it was commercially successful and further solidified Chuck's reputation as the ultimate American action hero. The film's memorable one-liners and spectacular action sequences became part of 1980s pop culture. The Delta Force films, beginning with the original in 1986, represented another major success for Chuck. Playing Major Scott McCoy, he led an elite military unit in counterterrorism operations around the world. These films combined Chuck's martial arts skills with military action and featured elaborate set pieces and stunts. The success of the Delta Force led to a sequel, Delta Force 2, The Colombian Connection, 1990, which continued the franchise's popularity throughout the late 1980s and early 1990s. Chuck continued to star in action films that followed similar formulas, but maintained their appeal to his core audience. Movies like Firewalker, 1986, where he co-starred with Louis Gossett Jr. and Hero, and The Terror, 1988, kept him visible in theaters and maintained his status as a reliable action star. While these films may not have been critical darlings, they were financially successful and demonstrated Chuck's ability to deliver the type of entertainment that his fans expected. Chuck's film career began to evolve in the 1990s as the action genre itself changed. The rise of more sophisticated action films and different types of action stars meant that Chuck had to adapt his approach. He continued to make films, but also began exploring television opportunities, which would eventually lead to his most famous and long-lasting role as Cordell Walker in Walker, Texas Ranger. The transition from films to television proved to be a wise career move for Chuck, as it allowed him to reach a broader audience and create a character that would become iconic in American popular culture. While his film career established him as an action star, his television work would make him a household name and create the foundation for his lasting cultural impact. Throughout his decades-long career as an action star and martial artist, Chuck Norris has faced numerous health challenges that have tested his legendary toughness both on and off-screen. His commitment to performing his own stunts and maintaining an intensely physical lifestyle has taken a significant toll on his body over the years, leading to various injuries and medical complications that have required extensive treatment and rehabilitation. Chuck's martial arts career, which began in the 1960s and continued well into his film and television years, resulted in numerous injuries that accumulated over time. Not as a competitive fighter, he sustained multiple broken bones, including fractures to his ribs, hands, and feet during tournaments and training sessions. These injuries were often considered part of the territory in martial arts, and Chuck typically pushed through pain and discomfort to continue competing and training. This warrior mentality, while admirable, sometimes led to incomplete healing and long-term complications. During his film career, Chuck's insistence on performing his own stunts added another layer of physical stress to his body. Unlike many action stars who relied heavily on stunt doubles, Chuck believed that audiences could tell the difference between authentic action and choreographed sequences performed by others. This dedication to authenticity resulted in numerous on-set injuries, including sprains, strains, and more serious trauma that required medical attention. The cumulative effect of these injuries began to manifest as chronic pain and mobility issues as he aged. One of the most significant health challenges Chuck faced came in the form of back problems that developed over years of physical activity. The constant stress on his spine from martial arts training, film stunts, and the general wear and tear of an active lifestyle led to degenerative disc disease and other spinal complications. These back problems became increasingly debilitating, affecting his ability to perform at the level he had maintained throughout his career. The chronic pain associated with these spinal issues required ongoing medical management and significantly impacted his quality of life. In addition to his orthopedic problems, Chuck has also dealt with cardiovascular concerns that are not uncommon for individuals his age. As he entered his later years, he experienced issues related to heart health that required medical monitoring and lifestyle adjustments. These cardiovascular concerns were particularly challenging for someone who had built his entire identity around physical strength and endurance, forcing him to acknowledge the limitations that come with aging. Perhaps one of the most publicized health battles that Chuck and his family have faced involves his wife Gina's experience with gadolinium toxicity. Gina underwent multiple MRI scans that required the use of gadolinium-based contrast agents, and she subsequently developed severe health problems that she and Chuck attributed to gadolinium poisoning. This condition, which some medical professionals dispute as a recognized diagnosis, allegedly caused Gina to experience debilitating symptoms, including cognitive impairment, muscle weakness, and chronic pain. The situation with Gina's health became a major focus for Chuck, who took on the role of primary caregiver while also advocating for greater awareness of potential risks associated with gadolinium-based contrast agents. He became vocal about what he perceived as inadequate warnings about the potential side effects of these medical imaging compounds, and the couple pursued legal action against pharmaceutical companies that manufacture gadolinium-based products. This health crisis significantly impacted both Chuck's personal life and his professional activities as he scaled back his public appearances and commitments to focus on his wife's care. Chuck's approach to dealing with health challenges has been consistent with his overall philosophy of facing adversity head-on. Rather than allowing injuries or medical issues to completely sideline him, he has typically sought out the best medical care available and worked diligently on rehabilitation and recovery. His background in martial arts, with its emphasis on discipline and mental toughness, has served him well in dealing with physical setbacks and maintaining a positive outlook despite health challenges. The physical demands of his career have also led Chuck to become an advocate for proper fitness and wellness practices. He has spoken publicly about the importance of maintaining physical fitness throughout one's life, while also acknowledging that the human body has limitations that must be respected. His own experiences with injury and recovery have informed his recommendations to others about the importance of proper training techniques, adequate rest, and seeking appropriate medical care when needed. As Chuck has aged, he has had to make significant adjustments to his lifestyle and activity level to accommodate his health limitations. The high-impact activities that defined his younger years have been replaced with lower-impact exercises and rehabilitation routines designed to maintain his strength and mobility while minimizing further injury risk. This transition has been challenging for someone whose identity was so closely tied to physical prowess. But Chuck has approached it with the same determination that characterized his martial arts and acting careers. Despite these health challenges, Chuck has maintained a generally positive outlook and continues to emphasize the importance of staying active and engaged in life. His experiences with health issues have also deepened his appreciation for the support of family and friends, particularly his wife, Gina, who has been his partner in facing these challenges together. Throughout his life, Chuck Norris has faced numerous personal losses and family tragedies that have tested his resilience and shaped his character in profound ways. Behind the tough exterior and legendary screen persona lies a man who has experienced deep grief and heartbreak, losses that have humanized him and provided perspective on what truly matters in life. One of the most significant and ongoing sources of pain in Chuck's life has been his complicated relationship with his father, Ray. Ray's struggle with alcoholism created a wound in the family that never fully healed during his lifetime. The absence of a positive father figure during Chuck's formative years left emotional scars that influenced his approach to fatherhood and family relationships. When Ray passed away, Chuck was left with the complex emotions that often accompany the death of an unranked parent, grief mixed with regret over what might have been, and the lost opportunity for reconciliation. Chuck's mother, Wilma Norris, was the stabilizing force in his early life, working tirelessly to hold the family together despite the challenges posed by her husband's drinking and the family's financial struggles. Her death was a devastating blow to Chuck, who credited her with instilling in him the values of hard work, perseverance, and moral integrity that would guide him throughout his life. Losing the woman who had been his anchor and source of strength was particularly difficult, as she had lived to see his success, but passed away before he could fully repay her for the sacrifices she had made on his behalf. The loss of close friends and colleagues in the entertainment industry has also deeply affected Chuck throughout his career. The death of Bruce Lee in 1973 was particularly shocking and saddening, as Bruce had not only been a professional colleague, but also someone Chuck respected and admired greatly. Their iconic fight scene in Way of the Dragon had helped launch Chuck's film career, and Bruce's sudden death at such a young age served as a stark reminder of life's fragility and unpredictability. Chuck has also experienced the pain of losing fellow martial artists and friends from his competitive fighting days. The martial arts community is relatively small and tight-knit, and the deaths of training partners, competitors, and mentors have been sources of ongoing grief. These losses have been particularly poignant because they represent connections to the foundation of Chuck's identity and success, his martial arts background, and the relationships formed during his formative years in the fighting world. In his personal relationships, Chuck has faced the challenges that come with divorce and the impact it has on children and extended family. His first marriage to Diane Halchek ended in divorce in 1988 after nearly 30 years together. A relationship that had begun when they were both very young and had produced 2 children, Mike and Eric. The dissolution of this long-term marriage was emotionally difficult and represented the end of a significant chapter in his life. The impact on his relationship with his children during and after the divorce was a source of ongoing concern and regret. Chuck has also had to deal with estrangement from some of his children at various points in his life. The demands of his career, including extensive travel for filming and promotional activities, sometimes created distance in his family relationships. The challenge of balancing professional success with being present as a father has been a source of personal struggle, and he has spoken about the regret he feels over missed opportunities to be more involved in his children's lives during their formative years. The entertainment industry itself has been the source of various disappointments and losses for Chuck. Projects that he was passionate about sometimes failed to materialize or were unsuccessful commercially, representing lost opportunities and unfulfilled creative ambitions. The changing nature of the action film genre over the years meant that Chuck had to watch as his type of straightforward patriotic action movies fell out of favor with audiences and studios, effectively ending certain aspects of his career. Chuck has also experienced the loss of pets that were important family members, particularly horses that he kept on his ranch. As someone who has always been passionate about animals and outdoor activities, the deaths of beloved horses and other animals have been significant emotional events. These losses have been particularly meaningful because of the deep connections that can form between humans and animals, especially for someone like Chuck, who has spent considerable time on his ranch away from the pressures of Hollywood. Financial losses and business disappointments have also been part of Chuck's experience. Though he has generally been successful in managing his career and investments, the failure of certain business ventures and the financial challenges that can come with career transitions have provided lessons in resilience and the importance of adapting to changing circumstances. Perhaps one of the most challenging aspects of loss for Chuck has been watching his wife Gina suffer through her health crisis related to gadolinium toxicity. While not a death, the loss of her previous vitality and the dramatic changes in their lifestyle and relationship dynamics have been profoundly difficult. Watching a loved one struggle with debilitating illness while feeling powerless to provide complete relief has been one of the most challenging experiences of Chuck's later years. The cumulative effect of these various losses has contributed to Chuck's philosophical outlook on life and his appreciation for family, faith, and genuine relationships. Rather than becoming bitter or withdrawn, he has generally used these experiences to deepen his understanding of what is truly important and to focus his energy on the people and activities that bring meaning to his life. Today, at 85 years old, Chuck Norris has transitioned from the high-octane action star persona that made him famous to a more reflective and family-focused chapter of his life. While he may no longer be kicking down doors and single-handedly defeating armies of villains on screen, Chuck remains an active and engaged figure who continues to influence popular culture while dedicating himself to causes and activities that align with his personal values and beliefs. Chuck's primary focus in recent years has been caring for his wife Gina and advocating for awareness about the potential dangers of gadolinium-based contrast agents used in medical imaging. This advocacy work has become a central mission for both Chuck and Gina as they work to educate the public and medical community about what they believe are inadequately disclosed risks associated with these compounds. Chuck has used his celebrity platform to bring attention to this issue, speaking at medical conferences, participating in interviews, and supporting research into gadolinium toxicity. This work represents a significant shift from his entertainment career to becoming a health advocate and activist. The couple has also been involved in legal proceedings against pharmaceutical companies that manufacture gadolinium-based products, seeking both financial compensation and changes in how these products are marketed and administered. While these legal battles have been lengthy and complex, Chuck has approached them with the same determination and persistence that characterized his martial arts and acting careers. The experience has also deepened his distrust of certain aspects of the medical establishment and pharmaceutical industry. Despite the demands of caring for Gina and their advocacy work, Chuck continues to maintain his physical fitness as much as his aging body allows. While he can no longer engage in the high-impact training that defined his younger years, he still exercises regularly and maintains a workout routine adapted to his age and physical limitations. This commitment to fitness reflects his lifelong belief in the importance of physical health and serves as an example to others about the possibility of staying active well into one's later years. Chuck's ranch in Texas remains an important part of his current lifestyle, providing him with a peaceful retreat from the demands of public life and a place where he can pursue his love of horses and outdoor activities. The ranch represents a return to simpler pleasures and allows him to connect with nature in a way that provides both physical and emotional benefits. Time spent on the ranch has become increasingly precious as he has scaled back his public appearances and professional commitments. While Chuck has largely stepped away from acting, he occasionally makes appearances at events related to his past, work, or causes he supports. These appearances are carefully selected and often focus on his advocacy work or charitable activities rather than entertainment industry events. When he does make public appearances, fans are often struck by his continued charisma and presence, though it's clear that his priorities have shifted significantly from his entertainment career days. Chuck's relationship with his children and grandchildren has become increasingly important to him in his later years. He has worked to repair and strengthen family relationships that may have been strained during his busiest career periods, recognizing that family connections are among the most meaningful aspects of life. His role as a grandfather has brought him particular joy and has allowed him to approach family relationships with the wisdom and perspective that come with age and experience. The internet phenomenon of Chuck Norris facts, humorous fictional claims about his superhuman abilities, has given Chuck's cultural relevance a new dimension in the digital age. These memes and jokes have introduced him to younger generations who may not be familiar with his films and television work, but know him as a cultural icon, representing ultimate toughness and capability. Chuck has generally embraced this phenomenon with good humor, understanding that it has kept his name and image in popular culture long after his active entertainment career ended. Chuck's Christian faith has become increasingly central to his identity and daily life as he has aged. He has been open about how his religious beliefs provide him with comfort and guidance, particularly during challenging times such as dealing with Gina's health issues and his own aging process. This spiritual dimension has influenced his charitable work and his approach to the various challenges he has faced in recent years. In terms of charitable activities, Chuck continues to support various causes. Though he has become more selective about his commitments due to his wife's health situation and his own physical limitations, he has maintained his support for veterans, organizations, and causes related to martial arts education for young people. His charitable work reflects his values of patriotism, personal responsibility, and the importance of physical fitness and self-discipline. Chuck's legacy in the entertainment industry continues to be celebrated through retrospectives, documentaries, and the ongoing popularity of his films and television shows in syndication and streaming platforms. Walker, Texas Ranger, remains popular with audiences around the world, and his action films from the 1980s and 1990s have found new audiences through home video and digital platforms. This continued popularity provides Chuck with ongoing royalty income and keeps his work visible to new generations. Looking toward the future, Chuck appears to be focused on making the most of his remaining years while dealing with the realities of aging and his wife's ongoing health challenges. He has become more philosophical about his life and career, expressing gratitude for the opportunities he has had while acknowledging the sacrifices and losses that have been part of his journey. His current approach to life emphasizes quality over quantity in terms of activities and relationships, focusing on what brings genuine meaning and satisfaction. Chuck Norris today represents a figure who has successfully transitioned from action hero to elder statesman, using his platform and experience to advocate for causes he believes in while maintaining his dignity and authenticity. While he may no longer be the invincible warrior of his screen persona, he continues to embody many of the values that made that character appealing: integrity, determination, and a commitment to fighting for what he believes is right. His current life demonstrates that true strength often lies not in physical prowess, but in the ability to adapt, persevere, and continue contributing meaningfully to the world despite the challenges that come with age and changing circumstances.